If you're over 40 and you have pain putting things up on a shelf or reaching overhead, there's a couple things you might want to know. A while back, I had a fellow come in who had just started lifting weights, and he was a little bit over 40. After about 2 weeks of weight training, he had pain in the top of his shoulder, especially with doing a shoulder press exercise. After a while, he started having pain just putting things on a shelf in the kitchen. Your shoulder is actually a combination of two joints. You have the ball and socket joint that you think of being your shoulder here. But also, your shoulder blade sits up against your rib cage and is a component of how your shoulder moves. So your shoulder blade and your humerus have to move in concert together in order to get your arm up overhead. Let's get back to my fella who had trouble with weightlifting. As he pushed his arms overhead, he was holding his shoulder blades down and contract all the muscles in his back and his shoulders to try to push his arms overhead. And he's locking those shoulder blades in place, not allowing them to rotate. Here's one exercise I taught him, and he got over it pretty quick.
Standing about 6 inches from the wall with the pinky side of your hand on the wall, you're going to raise your arms up like you're the Y in the YMCA song. During the movement, you're going to focus on allowing the bottom tip of your shoulder blade to follow your elbow up as your arms raise all the way overhead. At the top of the movement, you're going to pull your hands off the wall by squeezing your shoulder blades together. Then you're going to set your hands back on the wall and allow your elbows to follow your shoulder blades back down the wall.
Learning to dissociate the muscles that hold your scapula down with the muscles that help raise your scapula up was key in getting him past having pain in his shoulders. If you know somebody who's had pain in their shoulder when reaching overhead, tag them in the comments.